So when planning this trip, I use an app called trip.com. There are other Chinese apps similar to that. Within that, you can book your train, your planes, and all of your hotels along the way and switch and change them as your plans change. It's super easy to use, great English support, worked very well along this route.
Walking the wall is really quite tough, so I have to say, getting fit before you come is a great idea. I thought I'd done quite a lot, but I hadn't got anywhere near as much as I really needed. I thought the odd walk here and there might be quite difficult, but it was almost every single one, so get as fit as you can before you come. And I would recommend a step machine, I'd recommend going up and down stairs, and I'd just get hiking if I were you.
Now, I don't think we've seen any cash along the way. Everything is done with WeChat or Alipay. And with those apps, you can also book cars, Uber cars, and use it for subways and other public transportation. Now, we have a separate YouTube video on how to set that up. Andy did actually have some problems in setting his WeChat up, but managed to get Alipay to work. Now, with that, you're going to need a mobile connection. So make sure that you have either a local SIM or you have a plan with your current SIM if you're traveling from outside of China.
One of the things that I found really useful on the trip was to have some excellent shoes, but particularly the grip on the shoes. And some of the gradients, the steep up and down, it was really quite hard to keep your grip. You had to trust your shoes. And there was quite a lot of gravel, there was quite a lot of loose stones. And so therefore having a really, really good pair of shoes, but particularly with a good grip, was absolutely essential.
Now, along the wall, temperatures can change very, very quickly. So even in the summer, you need lots of extra layers just in case. Try to think that you may have an accident and you're stuck on the wall overnight. Do you have enough to keep you warm? For us, it's pretty warm while we've been walking, but we've always had an extra jacket, waterproof, a beanie hat, a woolly hat, just in case things don't work out as we planned.
Not being an expert in hiking in China, I didn't quite realize just how hot it got during the day and how cool at night. And one of the things you really do need is water. Now, I got it badly wrong on the first day. I only took about 2 litres, 2.5 litres. I probably needed 4. It weighs a lot, but you must take it with you. I got a little bit dizzy on that first day, and it just knocked me a little bit in terms of confidence. So make sure that you have enough water, and certainly on the food front, have plenty of food, because you really need that energy. Not only sandwiches and things like that, but maybe the odd sweet as well.
Now, along the way, you're going to need to talk to people, and if you don't speak Chinese, you can now get a translation app on your mobile phone. That's going to allow you to be able to say what you need to say and get the answers back or translate what people say. They also work in restaurants for translating menus and other things. We highly recommend that you find one that works and make sure that it works in China as well.
A fascinating thing for me was the contrast between the wild wall and the reconstructed wall. The reconstructed wall, nice paths, it's still pretty steep, some of it's quite challenging, in fact very challenging indeed, whereas the wild wall is just as it says, it is wild. Now on the reconstructed wall, you can sometimes find sandwiches and drinks and that kind of thing, but on the wild wall there is nothing there at all. So know what you're doing, know where you're going, know which kind of wall you're going to be on, and just make sure you're properly prepared for that kind of walking.
Now, if you plan to walk the wild wall, it's important to get some local knowledge before you set off. We found as we went along that there were places where we couldn't move forward. Fortunately, for us, we had Jack with us who was able to persuade the people that were stopping us to let us through, but that may not be the case in your situation. So if you want to do wild wall, try to find someone local who can tell you whether the section you're going to do is open or not.
If you can choose which time of year that you're going to walk the wall, I would definitely choose spring or autumn. We've had fantastic spring weather here. It's been lovely and warm during the day, not too hot, but pretty warm. And then at night it gets a little bit chillier. And it's been just an absolute joy to walk in this kind of weather. Snow, I'm not sure I'd like to walk on too much snow, particularly on the wild wall, and also heavy rain, that would be very difficult indeed. So try and choose a good time of year when you think the weather's going to be good. And then also the Chinese holidays, it does get very, very busy indeed. So if you're going to choose one of those times, be prepared for some serious crowds.
Well, that's the end of our Great Wall adventure. It's been absolutely brilliant. Learned so much along the way. I can't tell you how much history I now know. How about for you, Andy?
Well, certainly the history I didn't know, but just spending time in rural China has been fantastic, as well as some of the city stuff too. But I have to say thank you so much to you and to Jack for all the stuff you've done, because I literally could not have done it without you guys. It's been brilliant.
Now, if you've not seen the episodes, you're going to find them on our YouTube channel and also nicely catalogued on our website at droneandphone.com. For now, it's goodbye from me, DJ.
And me, Andy J.
And this is Drone and Phone.